someone told you that positive thinking could cure a broken leg, you'd think they were out of their mind. Yet millions of people with OCD are told every day to just think positive, as if their brain disorder will magically disappear. Today I'm breaking down the most dangerous myths about OCD therapy that are keeping people stuck in cycles of suffering. Let's start with the most harmful myth of all, the idea that OCD can be cured with positive thinking. Here's the reality. OCD is a neurobiological disorder. Brain scans show actual differences in brain structure and function. Telling someone with OCD to just think positive is like telling someone with diabetes to just think their pancreas into working. It's not just ineffective, it's actively harmful because it adds shame and self-blame to an already overwhelming condition. The second dangerous myth? That therapy is only for severe cases. This misconception causes people to suffer in silence, thinking their intrusive thoughts or compulsions aren't bad enough to seek help. Early intervention is crucial with OCD. The longer compulsive patterns are reinforced, the stronger they become. There's no minimum level of suffering required to deserve help. And here's the myth that keeps people trapped in cycles: that medication alone is the magic bullet. Don't get me wrong, medication can be incredibly helpful and sometimes necessary, but here's what no one tells you. If you don't address the behavioral patterns and thought processes that maintain OCD, you're missing half the picture. Pills don't teach you skills. They don't help you learn how to respond differently when intrusive thoughts show up. Now let's talk about ERP, exposure and response prevention. This is where the biggest misunderstandings happen, and frankly, some of these myths are keeping people from getting the help they desperately need. If you've heard of ERP, you might think it's about throwing yourself into your worst fears until you break. That's not ERP. That's trauma. Real ERP is gradual, structured, and always done with a qualified therapist guiding you through the process. Think of it like learning to swim. You don't start by jumping into the deep end of the ocean. You start in the shallow end, maybe just getting your feet wet, then gradually building up your comfort and skills. ERP works the same way. We create a hierarchy of exposures, starting with situations that cause mild anxiety and working up systematically. But here's the part everyone misses. The response prevention part is just as important as the exposure. This isn't about experiencing anxiety. It's about learning to break the compulsive response cycle. It's about sitting with uncertainty without performing the ritual. Without this piece, exposure alone can actually make OCD worse. I need to be honest with you about something that might be hard to hear, but it's important. There's no such thing as an instant OCD cure. And the myth that there should be is causing more harm than almost anything else. OCD recovery isn't like taking antibiotics for an infection where you're cured in 10 days. It's more like learning to play an instrument or getting physically fit. It's a journey of skill building, and those skills need to be practiced and maintained over time. And here's something crucial. If your symptoms return or worsen at some point, that doesn't mean therapy failed or that you're broken. It means you're human and you have an opportunity to apply the coping mechanisms you've learned. Every setback is data about what works and what doesn't. It's part of the process, not evidence of failure. The good news? With proper treatment and ongoing practice, most people with OCD can live full, meaningful lives where OCD doesn't run the show anymore. Here's another myth I need to bust, that ERP is the only effective therapy for OCD. While ERP is considered the gold standard and has the strongest research support, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps you identify and challenge the thought patterns that fuel OCD, acceptance, and commitment. Therapy teaches you to change your relationship with intrusive thoughts rather than trying to eliminate them completely. These approaches often work beautifully alongside ERP. But here's what most people completely overlook: lifestyle factors. Your sleep quality, nutrition, exercise routine, and stress management all play massive roles in OCD recovery. If you're sleeping 3 hours a night and living on energy drinks, even the best therapy in the world is going to be an uphill battle. Recovery isn't just what happens in the therapy room for 1 hour per week. It's how you structure your entire life to support your mental health goals. So how do you take action with this information? First, be an informed advocate for yourself. Come to therapy conversations prepared with questions. Ask about your therapist's specific training in OCD treatment. Not all therapists are equipped to handle OCD effectively, and that's okay. You just need to find the right match. Look for therapists who are certified in ERP through organizations like the International OCD Foundation. Ask about their approach to treatment planning. A good OCD therapist should be able to explain their methodology clearly and help you understand what to expect. And remember, seeking therapy doesn't mean you're weak or broken. It means you're intelligent enough to use the tools available to improve your life. You wouldn't try to fix a complex car engine without the right tools and knowledge. Why would you expect to navigate a complex brain condition without professional support? Understanding these myths isn't just academic. It's the first step toward getting effective treatment and building a life where OCD doesn't call the shots. Recovery is possible, but it requires the right information, the right approach, and the right support. If this video helped clarify some misconceptions for you, hit that like button and share it with someone who might benefit. And if you're ready to take the next step in your OCD journey, check the description for resources on finding qualified therapists in your area. Remember, you deserve effective treatment, you deserve support, and you deserve a life that's bigger than your OCD. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.